38 Special versus 32 H&R Magnum lead semi-Wadcutter rounds. The 32 H&R Magnum is a 95 grain and the 38 Special is a 158 grain. Both of these are standard pressure. And this ammunition was provided by Ken S., so thank you very much for that. And he also provided that 327 Federal Magnum Ruger LCR revolver a few months back, so I could test ammunition like this, so very grateful for that. And both of these rounds are lead, and oftentimes with lead rounds you get a little bit more velocity with the same powder charge versus a jacketed because you have less friction in the bore. Either that or you can load them about the same speed, but you have a little bit less felt recoil. That 38 Special does appear to be using a wax-coated knurled bullet, which they usually shoot pretty clean. So let's go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we're going to get at the same time. And then as always, we're going to go through the Juggernaut box, which contains a 1 3/4 inch pack of bologna covered by 4 layers of denim, followed by 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard. Kind of represents body of what it would do to a bullet, and that represents about 6 inches of ballistics gel. And each subsequent jug after that represents about 3 inches of ballistics gel. So if we can get out the back of the first jug, we're talking 9 inches of penetration. Back of second, 12 inches. Back of the third jug, about 15 inches of penetration if we were comparing this test to ballistics gel. So let's get started with the test and see how the 38 Special compares to the 32 H&R Magnum with lead semi-Wadcutters. Let's get started. All right, we're about 4 yards from the chronograph, about 5 yards from the target. I'm going to start with the 38 Special through the 342 PD Smith & Wesson. Weighs about 11 ounces unloaded, so we'll see how it feels for recoil and see what kind of velocity and accuracy we can get. 651, 641, 630, 674, 652, so a lot lower velocity than what I would have expected. Now let's see how the 32 H&R Magnum compares to this. Alright, 32 H&R Magnum through the 327 Federal Magnum LCR, also a 1.875 inch barrel. See what kind of velocity we get with this 95 grain bullet. A lot lighter than the 38's 158 grain. 893, 866, 879, 888, 897, so a lot more velocity. And I can't do the numbers in my head right now, but I'm going to guess a lot more foot-pounds muzzle energy. A little bit more recoil, but not much. And it is a heavier revolver, so I would say probably no more recoil if they were in comparable weight revolvers. So doing pretty well. Now let's hit the ballistic box and see how they compare. 38 Special lead semi-Wadcutter. We'll see how this does. Alright, nice centered shot. Let's see what we got. Alright, through the bologna pack and through the fiberboard, this is typically what we do see with non-expanding hollow points. A little more damage than a full metal jacket, more like a non-expanding hollow point. So let's see what we got in water jugs. Alright, first jug we went through, we have some fiberboard in there. So it's pushing the fiberboard right through. Jug 2, right through. I'm not seeing a whole lot of damage so far. And it does look like the point of impact is staying exactly the same as it goes through. Not drifting yet. Jug 4, pretty much still going straight into jug 4 here. And we have an impact in 5. And it looks like by jug 5 it did drift a little bit to the right. And it stopped in jug 5. Did not impact jug 6. So what we're looking at for penetration is about 20 inches, equivalent to a ballistics gel. So pretty decent. And what we got is we flattened that tip quite a bit. So it did deform. It did not deform to what it looks like there's any more diameter, but it did deform the shape a little bit. So not really over penetration in my opinion. Pretty decent performance for how much energy we were working with. Now let's see how the 32 H&R Magnum compares. Alright, 32 H&R Magnum. We'll see if this compares in performance to the 38 Special. So here we go. And we pulled that baloney pack right off the thing. And what we got through the baloney pack is pretty similar. Looks like there might be a little bit more damage that's unseen here under the plastic. A little bit mushier around the hole than the 38 Special, but the hole through is about the same as the 38 Special in comparison to the diameter of the bullet. So let's see what we got in water jugs. Alright, same as the 38, we got a lot of fiberboard in that first jug. Impact's a little bit to the left. That's all on me. Jug 2, or going through jug 2, entering jug 3. I went through 3, and I can see the bullet in jug 4 right now. And there's no mark out the back, so we have to take an educated guess and say anywhere between about 16 and 18 inches of penetration. More like 16 or 17 if it were compared to ballistics gel. So pretty decent for penetration. And what we have is a pretty mangled up bullet. It's really scratched up. It has a lot of marks in it, so that's a very soft lead. I still do not see any semi-wadcutter edge. So it just appeared to be a flat point bullet. But that being said, it performed quite well. We didn't have over penetration. We had a little bit more energy than the 38 Special. It seemed to do decent. I would say it does decent. It's about like a full, not a full metal jacket, but a hollow point bullet that does not expand. Which, if you don't get over penetration, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I would say that these rounds compared to each other, they did pretty well, pretty comparable. Judging from my thought on this, I think the 32 H&R Mag is a decent round. I think it really is. That 38 Special, considering that we can go a lot higher in energy, I personally probably would not carry that round unless I had an issue with recoil, and it's a little bit less recoil than others. But the 32 H&R Mag did seem like it was a legitimate round in that caliber. Good amount of power. So overall, pretty decent performing rounds. So again, thanks to Ken S for this ammunition and for the revolver. And as always, comment, share, and like. And thanks for watching.